what is that?
It's the part where it goes like blah, 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 blah. It's at the end of the intro, like the first riff.
Okay.
Welcome to the Visual Kei Podcast. I'm your host, Frederick, also known as Whirling Black, and with me today I have...
Your co-host, Alexi.
Your MC young boy, Aaron.
And I'm the editor, James, also known as Plant.
Yeah, and we're back with the second part of our episode on the new DIR EN GREY album, PHALARIS. So if you haven't listened to the first part yet, you should go back and listen to that one first, otherwise this might not make a whole lot of sense.
Unless you only like the second half of the album, then I guess.
Yeah, right. If you feel very strongly about tracks, what was it, 6 to 11 or something like that only, I guess This is the episode
This
for
is
you.
the one. Yeah, you'll love this one.
So should we jump right back into it? I don't think we have anything else we need to banter on about.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, so let's go back into it with Ochita Koto no Aru Sora.
What do you guys think of this song? I think that part where kind of the guitars are like by themselves and there's like a low pass filter and it kind of blows up. It sounds super cool. It actually kind of reminds me of that chanty part kind of reminds me of like Mask or Shrine no Isu. It's very kind of like a harkening back to when their songs had a lot of chants in them.
You really think the new mix that they did is good?
Yes. Hell yes.
I like the new mix, in general, but I think specifically that part might just be a little... I don't know, strange. I've gotten used to it though, so now I vibe with it, but if I would put it side by side with the original for that one specific part, maybe the original, but overall, I think this one punches a little bit harder.
I like the drama of it. I feel like that kind of soft to intense kind of serves the song, makes it really kind of interesting.
I think it's a very dramatic and dynamic track in general.
Yes.
For being as short and poppy as it is.
Staying on the topic of the mastering, I think that must have been a really hard job to do this on this track, because this track was mastered with the same sort of sound as the Insulated World was. It had the same kind of tin can sort of mixing going on, and it felt very hollow, the original mix. So hearing it very full and sort of like punchy in this version, it feels very different. Actually,
interestingly enough, when it first came out, I was a little cold on it because I thought this is sort of like Insulated World Redux, just a third in the row of singles of Utafumi and Ningen wo Kaburu. I thought it was very much in the same line, but actually now, after this time digesting it, etc., I think this is crazier than those two. Some more interesting stuff, more sort of contrasts within the track itself.
Yeah, those like two slow sections, slow passages, the one around 1 minute, and that has those interesting like small uses of electronics, as well as the one part Aaron talked about with the interesting guitar effects and stuff. I think that sort of like elevates this song and gives it some character.
For sure. I feel like the bass in this song is actually more audible too. It's still not audible enough for me, but it's great. It kind of shines through in this mix.
I wonder if that's a result of the original recording and remixing that, or if it's
maybe,
just sort of like a happen chance. And also, I think it's a good length, this track. I feel like it doesn't overstay its welcome in any way.
Agreed. The chorus is the chorus is okay, but I feel like the rest of the song makes up for the chorus for me. Sometimes during Grey, especially their newest stuff, the choruses for me kind of either drag or they don't really hit for me. So they're kind of like almost like a break between all the good parts for me, usually.
The choruses also sound vaguely similar, right? Especially when we're comparing with the two singles that I mentioned earlier. It feels like they make it with the audience in mind. There's a lot of breaks here that are very obviously points where they are interacting with the live audience.
Definitely.
And I think this is how would you say? I think this is a chorus that fits very comfortably in this sort of like middle DIR EN GREY tier. It's not an amazing, memorable chorus, but it's also not one of those very grating ones. Like, you know, I can wake up in the middle of the night sweating when I get these dreams about, you know, sustain the untruth or something like that.
Because you love it so much.
No, it's just nightmares. It's just nightmares. Like
comparatively, this is a very kind of just acceptable chorus. It doesn't really ruin it. It just kind of, you know, it's just there.
It'll be easy to replace Utafumi with it. I think that's kind of a little bit what they're going for, because that became like a end of the set type of staple.
Yeah, I can see it fitting the same niche in a set list.
Yeah, kind of the same niche, right? That's what I was going for.
What about what do you guys think about the music video?
Oh, it's very good. It's very interesting because it feels a bit similar to the one they did ages ago for Agitated Screams of Maggots, right?
It feels like that. It totally feels like Agitated Screams. And I love that hand-drawn animation. It's super cool.
Yeah, and Kyo's clothes.
Yeah, Kyo's clothes. I feel like the parts where the band are in it actually feels kind of like the most amateurish music video they've done in a while. Like, it's kind of got a scaled back, almost like the video could be done for like any lesser Visual Kei band at this point. They're just kind of like in
I think
room.
I did a comparison to the Ash video when we discussed this one the last time at the pod. I think mainly because of Kyo's clothes, but also, you know, the general vibe of the band shoot. It's very sort of like low budget amateurish.
Yep, they're just in like a little concrete nook playing their instruments. It's great.
Yeah,
I think especially in recent years their PVs are very hit and miss, and most of them miss. Unfortunately, I don't exactly remember this PV other than the hand-drawn parts, because obviously that stands out and reminds you of Rinkaku and Agitated Screams, etc. Yeah.
Yep, that's all I got though. Great song.
It has grown on me, I will say that.
Yeah, I think so as well. Hearing it in the context of the album has made me more interested in it than I was in the 2 years previously since its release.
Oh yeah, it definitely feels more of a frantic song.
Yeah,
in comparison, like in the context of this album, which really brings it to life.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting. I almost thought it was like a re-recording when I first heard it, because it was like, this sounds a lot more ferocious than I remember it. And then it's probably just the mastering being fixed to like amp up the general punch of the vocals as well as the guitars.
Next.
Yeah, let's move on. So now it's track number, I've lost count.
7.
7, yeah. Track number 7, Muai ni Shosu.
I really like how it just kind of sounds like they're fiddling around and just like jamming together, and then they stumble upon like this really good riff and just roll with it.
Yeah, totally. And Kyo's vocals are all over the freaking place. I love it so much. And is it me, or could this totally be like a Derlanger kind of song? Like, it feels like 90s VK thrash metal, at least in essence, and the rhythm and all that.
It's very playful.
Yeah, very playful, very just like, it's like their party song, but it's like death metal instrumentation at the same time. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I gotta agree with James 100% on this one. That's a similar energy to track number 4, I think, actually.
Yeah,
it's not entirely, but still, it feels like they're taking their own signature types of riffs, but they're sort of doing laps around it. It's not so simple as just being pulled by one wagon containing like 3 riffs and a chorus.
Oh no, absolutely. This is a very chaotic track. On first listen, I got these similar vibes to when I listened to Stuckman the first time. I think it's because of the general chaotic nature of the track.
Yeah, I'm getting Stuckman vibes as well.
Yeah, and I mean the vocal techniques are like totally all over the place. Kyo is doing so much in this one in less than 3 minutes. He does more in less than 3 minutes in this track than he probably did for an entire album back in the early 2010s.
For his whole career, honestly.
Yeah.
This probably has the most different vocal stuff that he does on this album, I think. He basically does everything that he knows how to do. And the best part of it is that he does transition from one thing to another, like mid-sentence.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. Even in the previous song, he was actually, I don't remember which way it was exactly, but he would like transition from a growl into a scream.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't sound mechanic. It's very, very organic sound that he's developed when he does that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It sounds live.
Yeah,
That's how
and
I
I
put
think I think if this song was played in like a standard tuning on a 6-string guitar, I think that sort of like I would totally get the prediction Aaron made about like Derlanger and stuff, because I think the way it's so heavily down-tuned sort of like models that a bit, but the playful nature of the track certainly fits some of those like early 90s sort of like party rock VK tracks.
Yep, totally. It sounds like if one of those bands reunited and they had like some new people on it who were in metal bands and they were just kind of like translating their old songs like that.
Oh, you mean like, DIR EN GREY did before, just, play the same song, but play it on 7 strings instead.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of like the type of thing that I expected Creature to sound like back in the day. I was like, okay. So maybe it'll bring back some classic influences, but modernize it a bit. But it was kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
Well, you can't stop party rocking.
Yeah, so can't stop party rocking. I love songs like this where they kind of wear their influence on their sleeve a bit, and they kind of just don't care if it fits the album, because it's a little bit standout. It fits mix-wise and instrumentation-wise, but the songwriting style is pretty different, and I admire that they kind of took that risk.
I like when my Honmeis are being very Visual Kei.
Yeah.
And I think this is where they are, right?
Yeah, so sorry for typing. I'm just...
Sorry for party typing.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you bored?
No, I'm actually trying to find... I saw some writing credits for this album, and I'm just desperately trying to find it again.
Oh, it was Caro. And no, actually...
the whole album is DIR EN GREY.
DIR had a couple of songs. I think they took these credits from a magazine.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was actually like a name listed under, but they sort of alluded to it being a song by this person or the other. Which is probably usually more credible than just what it says in the back, even during the times when they were naming the songs to a person.
Oh. I'd like to know what those credits are. That'd be great.
According to what I see here, it's apparently Kaudo wrote this song. That greatly surprises me because it sounds totally like a DIR composition, like the kind of like you said, like the Derlanger worship and stuff. It sounds a lot like something DIR would write, especially since Utsutsu was written by DIR.
Oh wow, nice.
Do you guys have anything more to say about this one?
Nope, that's everything I got on this one.
Yeah, so let's move on then to Hibiki, which is track number what? 9? 8? 9?
8.
8. Okay, so I think this might be a slightly controversial opinion, I'm not sure, but I think this might be the only filler track on this album, from my point of view. It's
I'm in agreement.
I've listened to it so many times, but I still can't get any proper impression at all out of it.
Yeah, even when the video came out, I couldn't remember the song after watching it and hearing it on the album.
Wait,
there's a video.
There's no video
for this.
for this.
Fucking, I mixed my notes for another song. Okay, cut that out, James.
So irreplaceable, these tracks.
It's so irreplaceable, it's like it doesn't even matter. Okay.
This song doesn't have a video.
I do have something to say. Parts of the song and some of the vocal melodies do kind of remind me of like Nine Goats Blackout, but that's the end of my positive notes. The rest of it's so forgettable. I listened to this 5 times, if not more, than the other tracks. And it just didn't connect with me. It died.
It does have those passages with those sort of soft, like sort of like single coil electric guitars that does have this sort of vague, how do you say, like art rock sound.
Yeah, it totally has like an art metal kind of feel.
Yeah, but it's go on. I'm
Totally.
not sure where I was going with that.
This is the song that I was going to say should be replaced with "The World of Mercy." I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I can agree with
Pacing
that.
wise, I wouldn't agree with it necessarily. I mean, we still got the song anyway separately. I mean, if they modified it somewhat, yeah, sure. But in its current stage, it would stick out. And as far as the song, it kind of occupies like an Akka position on the album, sort of middle, latter end. But the difference is that Akka has a very strong poppy hook, which is very infectious. And this one most certainly does not have anything particularly infectious on it. I think its main appeal is maybe the progression throughout. Like just at the end of the sample, we heard how it kind of gets into a groove a little bit. So it picks up some pace. But also, I think the song that comes after this almost does the same thing, but just better.
The song that comes after this? Eddie?
Oh, wait,
Eddie?
no, the song after the one that comes after Eddie. No, not Eddie, but the second last song.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
quite similar in a way. I think the songs develop in a similar manner and climax in a very similar way.
Yes, but that one is memorable, and this one sadly feels like they sort of baked together a lot of half-finished ideas, and the result is pretty underwhelming. Like, it has interesting things going on, it just doesn't have an end result that is interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of vague, but that's my opinion too. Kyo doesn't really carry it all the way. Like, you know what I'm like? Remember a vocal melody from the song.
I can't.
Go, hum it. You can't.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, my only notes on this song are I'd skip this to get to Eddie faster.
That's so accurate.
Yeah, Eddie does this, but better by being completely different.
It's a very different song, but
Yeah, it's pretty interesting though, because I think this is one of those songs they have premiered at the recent sets. Let me just give that a quick glance. Yeah, I mean, they're playing 5 songs from the new album, and apart from the singles, it's Hibiki and Schadenfreude and Perfume of Sins. I mean, I get Schadenfreude and Perfume of Sins, but I wonder why Hibiki got to be the third one to be premiered. Is it very easy to play, or?
Wow, that's so cynical. I mean, I think the song is fine, and I'm not going to close out the possibility that eventually it will grow on me, but I still think,
absolutely.
As far as overall of the material in the album, it's the least remarkable for me.
So in the set, it goes Hibiki and then the other songs? Like Hibiki is the intro, or?
No. It's like an 18 song set list, and they only play 5 songs from this album. So it's actually mashed in between the new version of Masochist of Decadence and Behind a Vacant Image on the most recent live.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense as a transition between those tracks, because Behind a Vacant Image also has it climaxes into a groove, but it's like infinitely better than this one.
Yeah, it seems actually every show so far on the tour they have played it and then followed it up with Behind a Vacant Image. So I guess they really like the pairing.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I guess they really like that pairing, Hibiki into Vacant Image. I guess that was the most interesting thing I had to say about it, that the band decided to be one of the 3 songs to premiere this early. Alright, so let's go for this time. It actually is track number 9, I think.
Yes.
Eddie. Yeah, I have to say, I think this might be my favorite dumb, fast DIR EN GREY song of all time. Like, I don't think there's even a competition.
yeah, same.
It's so good.
Yeah, like if you put it in the same sort of league as songs like Decayed Crow and The Inferno and such, it's just this totally mops the floor with all of those tracks. It fills the same role in the track list, but it just does everything they do so much better.
Yeah, it's a lot more memorable. Great energy.
Yeah, and it kind of has the sort of like ferocity of like the best insulated world tracks like Keibetsu to Hajimari, but it's executed even better because it incorporates this new style of tremolo riffing they're doing, and the sort of like the way the guitars and the vocals interact in the chorus is very unusual for them and very interesting.
I'm completely in agreement. First, I originally said that it's better than Inferno and Decade Grow, and then someone told me that what about Geivitsu? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess it's kind of similar. But as much as I like that song too, this one still does feel like it has more stuff in its runtime. There is this kind of quasi breakdown at one point, which is really, really good.
I will say that if track 8 didn't get replaced with World of Mercy and it just got removed, I feel like it would go very well with Moai, because they're both very high energy tracks and they kind of just complement each other pretty well. This song kind of has almost like a speed metal feel, almost like Anthrax or something.
I don't know what's happening, but we're kind of agreeing on everything again.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the outset, I feel like this isn't my type of song from them. But at the same time, I think in its own style, it's their best. At least in this latter half of their career.
Yeah, I just feel like they've been able to sort of develop their technique for this kind of tracks to make them less sort of monotonous, or how you would say. Like the Inferno, for example, is just a boring chug fest and it doesn't go anywhere. It's
absolutely
one of their absolutely worst tracks of all time. And I mean, this one fills the same sort of spot, the 3-minute no breaks, just full speed ahead kind of track.
And it feels like parts of it are moving. The Kyo is constantly doing different things throughout the whole runtime.
Yeah, this is one of those songs I feel like, I can't wait to see live. I think the energy will just be insane to have this at a concert.
There better be a pit for this song for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that movement has a lot to do with the percussion, because one of the things that really stood out to me in this track is how the drums just don't let up. They're just going the whole song. And I think they rarely take a breath. There's almost I think there's a few moments in the song where it's just the drums and Kyo singing, and then the rest of the instrumentation picks up, but the drums barely take a breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they actually used that trick in The Insulated World in either one of the first two songs. It's a good one though. Good to recycle it for this one.
Yeah, and I mean the short length of this track means they don't really need it either. I mean they can sort of just run with it when a track is under 3 minutes. They don't need a break to rest your arms or something.
Yeah, apparently the song's about serial killers too. That's what Eddie is. It's like Ed Gein, that guy who cut people's faces off. And
bit cringe. That's a little, I don't know.
But it's very cute.
When I first saw the track titles, I was like, no, please God, no. Don't do it. I hope it's about Eddie from Silent Hill 2. And no, it's fucking Ed Gein. God damn it.
Eddie Gordo from Tekken.
From Tekken. Yeah, that would have been sick. I would have been completely on board with that one.
It's actually funny because someone else mentioned this to me, but they called him Ed Gaines. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Well, if it's about Ed Gaines, I'm going to change my mind on that one. Actually, good for you, Kyo. Let's go.
He gained a lot of women's faces, that's for sure.
You're making light of a tragedy, sir.
Like a 50-year-old tragedy. It's okay.
I think it's been long enough.
We still remember.
Never forget.
And just wanted to add as well, it's interesting that this one was made by DIR, because I think all of the previous of these type of tracks that I mentioned earlier were Kaoru songs. So that could also explain why this one is better.
True. He's a little burnt out by this point.
Yeah, that's what happens when you write 90% of the songs. You're bound to make some bad ones as well in the middle of it.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if a track list on an album sometimes is ordered chronologically according to when it was written, because this album would kind of fit that, because I feel like Kaoru kind of falls apart toward the end and then DIR picks up the pieces.
I'll see, but then the singles would be the first two tracks.
Oh, good point.
No, don't say that. Maybe they were keeping you in reserve.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say when they were written or when they had a demo finished.
Yeah, true. These could be really old songs for all we know.
Could be.
Aaron decided to fall down the stairs and we all jumped in to save him.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. trust you with my life.
I actually wrote in my notes that this would be a polarizing track, but it's very funny. All four of us are in like sort of like almost touching agreement. We're just like almost crying over how great this song is.
I'm shedding tears.
I mean, it's hard to find a fault with this song. Like, it's good, it's fast, it's thumpy, and it's just good.
And short.
Yeah, it's short too. Like, if you don't like it, it's only lasting a couple minutes anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, I think it's actually one of their shorter actual tracks they have made at 2 and 51. I think they don't have that many proper songs that are shorter than that.
Yeah, usually 3 minutes is the minimum mark.
Yeah, I mean, even Merciless Cult is 5 seconds longer.
Nice. It's a record. The shortest album with the shortest song.
No, I think Art to the Core is the shortest proper song they have.
Oh, are you... Wait, I don't remember that song. Is that an intro?
No, Art to the Core is a song on Vulgar.
Oh,
wait, is this the shortest album? We were talking about this in the last one, but I think it just...
Yeah, no, it isn't. Marrow of the Bone is shorter.
Yeah, the least amount of tracks, but I think because of 2 9-minute songs, it
bumps it up.
longer than some... Yeah, it's longer than some other albums.
It's technically 2 CDs also, right?
Well, with the bonus disc, yeah.
Yeah.
No one cares, but is Arca the longest? It's either that or Macab, because they're like clocking at 74 minutes or something like that.
Oh, you know what? Insulated World is shorter than this one.
Really?
Not surprised. It has like just one long track. The others are very brief.
Yeah, and even the long track on Insulated World is only 7 minutes, so...
Oh, yeah, I keep talking about track numbers, not album length.
Yeah.
Tracks vary in length, Aaron.
Yeah, they vary in length.
Macab is definitely longer than
It's
70 minutes.
73 minutes. It's a full 20 minutes longer than this album.
Nice.
Jesus, that's long.
All right, this is riveting, but maybe we're good with this track and should move
Let me
on.
just
Absolutely.
I'll sum it up with my last note, unless you guys have something else to say.
Sure.
My last note is, I can see myself blasting this in the car while driving down the freeway and probably getting into a wreck and dying.
It's a good song to die to, sure.
Yeah, it's a good song to die to.
All right. Track number 10, Otogi.
So, how about that shoegaze intro on this track?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It kind of got my hopes up, to be honest.
Yeah,
Hopes
me too.
up.
Yeah, man.
I was like, whoa, Darren Gray shoegaze, but then it just quickly drops off.
Oh, never mind. This is the same shit.
Forget this. Forget this. I'm breaking up the podcast and starting a shoegaze podcast with James.
Let's do it.
Actually, I think Arca probably had a little bit more of that than this album does. Right?
Shoegaze?
I mean, just the type of dissonance, etc., etc. Like, I think it used it quite effectively throughout the album. And then they immediately trimmed it back for Insulated World, and here it makes sporadic comebacks, although definitely not regular.
I forgot a lot about
Arche.
Archie.
Archie?
Excuse me, sir, it's Aruke.
But yeah, I can't get into the song.
Good
It's not
song,
bad. You said good song. I said it's.
We have a fight in our hands.
Yeah,
Finally,
here we go.
Some
Butting
divisions.
heads. So it's kind of cool. It's got like a romantic kind of arena metal feel to it, kind of like Queensryche or something. And the falsettos, Kyo's falsettos are pretty cool. But other than that, it just didn't really stick with me.
Yeah, I'm with Aaron. It didn't really stand out to me either. I could skip this one as well.
Frederick, save me.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say that. I really like this. I mean, one of my notes says the return of Kyo whale sounds, but done right. You know, like back in the day when Kyo was imitating whales a lot during concerts. This is sort of like he does some of those similar techniques in this song, but a bit more restrained and, you know, actually fitting with the music. It gives this song some interesting vibes.
My favorite is the one where he sounds like he's eating. That's good. I mean,
Yeah, that's the one I'm
use it too
referring
much,
to.
just a little bit. It's a nice touch.
He's eating some good ice cream.
Yeah, but it has like a brain freeze.
Yeah, and I think this is just one of their better like semi-ballads they've done in recent years. Like, you know, I often bring this up, but their most horrifyingly bad song in the last 10 years is Kukoku no Kyon from Arke, and it has the same kind of vibe as this, except terrible. So this one is sort of like the same kind of semi-balladish song, but it does everything right compared to that one, which does everything wrong.
Oh, I think this is a little bit more rocking, and the thing that brings this one over the top is something that I mentioned probably quite a few times during reviewing this album, is that it has a very nice progression.
Yes. It stays interesting throughout. I think that's what sort of makes this one interesting, because you actually want to stay around for those 6 minutes, because it keeps doing something new. It doesn't just like return back to the beginning every minute or two. It just keeps doing new things.
Yeah, and they finally add the synthesizer as well, which they already used once in this album before, and then they used it in Insulated World as well. So it builds up some layers towards the end, and it kind of climaxes in this.
Yeah, and actually, one thing that we talked about earlier, you can't hear the bass on this album. Well, at around 3 minutes into this song, there's a very nice section with only drums and bass that is sort of uninterrupted. And it's one of those moments where you actually hear it quite clearly.
So you gotta go spotting the bass like spotting birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did make a note about it because I really enjoyed that part of the song.
Oh yeah, it's great. This song is for me. It's kind of just like really pleasant to listen to. It's just not. It doesn't stand out a whole ton, but it certainly beats Hibiki. Jesus.
Yeah, I think the last album had similar shit like this, like Followers. Think of that. I mean, it's a decent song, but who gives a shit about Followers? I mean, it's fine.
Right.
But nobody cares too much, right?
I think Followers is pretty popular in a live setting, possibly. Like, it's a kind of like upbeat, fun song in a concert.
Oh, they're like fucking anything. They paid for the tickets. I mean, again, it's a good song, but I think this is sort of kind of in a similar genre, but has way more. It's much more interesting.
I feel like this one is a lot more of a serious track than that one was. I feel like this one has some ambition and wants to go somewhere with it.
It's definitely less rigid, less chained to the verse, chorus structure.
Definitely. And this song, the next song, and Eddie, I feel like people love the most. Like I've basically read about, you know, what people think of this album a lot, and most people love Otogi, Kamui, and Eddie.
Yeah, that'd be my impression as well.
Yeah, and I think this song is one of those tracks that that has the potential to become one of those tracks that people will really like to watch in a live version. I feel like they could do some interesting things with this, and Kyo can do all kinds of weird shit with his voice to this in a live setting.
I'm in general very excited to hear anything from this album live.
Yeah, same. It's a weird feeling when you're like, you know, actually legit excited when you're promised a set full, like that's just the whole album. I would legit be quite happy with that, which is not usual. I mean, often people just want to hear like old classics and such, but this time I really, really would like to see that entire album actually live. So before we move on to the next track, just a quick word from our sponsors.
This episode's sponsor is Rare's Hut.
Rare's Hut is your source for rare and not so rare imported Japanese rock, metal, and Visual Kei outside of Japan. Their prices compete with street prices in Japan, so save on import fees and shop at Rare's Hut. And if you're a new customer, be sure to enter the code VKPC at checkout to get 10% off your first order. Alexi, what do you think about Rare's Hut? Cut that part.
I love Rare's Hut. Sorry. I love Rare's Hut, Aaron.
Oh, thanks. I do too. I don't know why I said thanks. I feel like I should be thanking you for that. But it has nothing to do with me.
If you love Rare's Hut as well, and you love the podcast, and you really like this episode, even if you didn't, and you still want to help us out, please subscribe. Give us like a like or a 5-star rating, and recommend us to your friends. You can follow us on Twitter at the VK Podcast. You can also join the vk.gy server to hang out with us, the hosts, and meet new VK fans. And catch all the new episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and pretty much anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. Thanks for watching or listening.
Nice correction.
And we're back. Alright, so let's move on to the last track, which is track number 11, Kamui.
All right, so this is it's a decent kind of ballad metal type track. I saw a lot of people referring to this album, in addition to being alt metal, as progressive metal, and I feel like this is one of the tracks that may fit in that category a little bit. It feels like it kind of builds and builds. It probably has an interesting story that it goes through.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most unpredictable track out of the entire album.
Yeah.
Even compared to the first one, when you listen to the first track, you kind of have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. With this one, the first time listening to it, I had no clue what's going to happen. Like, there was no telling whether it's suddenly going to get super heavy, or if they're just going to keep going as they have before, or some other like completely jarring change. As far as the long tracks, this stands out completely without any easy comparison. You cannot say like, oh, this sounds like Vinuska, or this sounds like Diabolos, World of Mercy, etc., etc. It completely stands out on its own, and it's very refreshing too.
Oh yeah, it's great after being kind of winded by the rest of the album. It's a good final track, I think.
I think the interesting part is like what Alexis said, though, that like with their long tracks for quite a while, it's felt like it followed some kind of base blueprint that was based on another one of their earlier long tracks. This one is one that really has its own identity, completely disconnected from the rest of their long songs in their discography. And also, you know, even just the intro, it felt like it really didn't sound like something I'd heard DIR EN GREY play before. It really took me by surprise the first time I listened to this.
Yeah, that one came completely out of nowhere. It didn't sound like them at all. I was quite shocked at first.
I think it's a guitar, isn't it? Like a guitar with some kind of effect on it that sort of like sparse atmospheric intro.
Is it a guitar? I thought it was like a MIDI string instrument, honestly.
We're big fans of MIDI strings in the show.
MIDI strings, really? The plucking?
I'm having trouble remembering.
I mean, let me play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
Not this part.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's the one that I was talking about.
This part.
Yeah, but I was talking about the very, very first one. I mean, this sounds like DIR EN GREY to an extent, but the very first sound is like, whoa.
This sounds like nothing DIR EN GREY has done.
Sure,
this guitar tone is totally new.
It's cool.
This part is cool. It's just that the opening strings.
Mana.
No.
That sounds like a fake stringed instrument, like a MIDI string.
Yeah. That sounded like every symphonic version ever. That part is not
That sounds like
it's the
way
guitars
that it's
that come
being
in that's
used
cool.
sounds different, because it's just a random ass short sample and then it cuts off into completely something else. They don't do that kind of thing. They're very rigid as far as like building a song, etc. They don't jump from one section like completely to another, but like nothing.
Oh yeah, no, it was when those guitars came in that I was completely taken aback, because that sounded like nothing I ever heard DIR EN GREY do before.
Well, MIDI strings are refined taste. I had enough of this podcast.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting also how this song is like, you know, it's not an acoustic song, but it really utilizes sort of like vaguely acoustic guitar sounding instrumentation a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it reminded me of? Kyo's solo track, 304, whatever.
Oh, Goshitsu.
Yeah, there are parts there. Maybe they're vocal melodies or something.
Oh, you mean the one from his first poem book?
Oh,
the poem book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It has that same sort of like dissonant acoustic guitar pecking going on in places.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, personally, I think this might be their best ballad in quite a while, just because I feel like it has such a strong identity of its own.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like a lot of recent ballads have felt like emulations of previous ones, or just didn't really go anywhere.
I would say that it's the best since Uroboros, probably. Because they haven't had very strong ballads since, and I don't count Rinkaku, for example, as a ballad.
No, yeah,
the instrumentation is so heavy.
Yeah.
So you have the competition is basically between Vanitas, the longest track from Aruke that we don't like at the show, Ranunculus, which is fine, but again, it has this sort of... It is quite typical of DIR EN GREY of that time. I don't think it blew anyone away. It's just a nice song.
No, absolutely. And that's also, this is going to sort of like contradict what I said a second ago, but I feel like the use of the sort of orchestration in this song is pretty tasteful, and it doesn't like reek of symphonic version, like is tacked on top of the riffs.
See, the MIDI strings hurt at first, but once you get used to it, it's quite pleasant.
I guess if you're going to have MIDI strings in a song, it's better to just get it out of the way right away and just put it at the forefront of the song so you're already used to it.
Yeah, it's basically like pulling a bandage.
Yeah.
You don't want to like slowly.
It's like, okay, these are in this song. Get ready for this. They're gonna come back.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse to like you're rocking out to a song and then like the MIDI strings kick in and you're like, oh man. But you know, if you're already used to it, it's like whatever.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like you can ruin something with it. Actually, Perfume of Sins does exactly that, doesn't it?
Didn't we agree that it was an actual violinist though, and not MIDI?
But, I mean, the utilization is still the same because it's kind of, let's make it epic.
I don't know. I liked that. Yeah. I was more into that.
One thing that I wanted to say about this song as well is that the way it sort of lets the instruments and tones breathe and give them room. It's not densely packed like a lot of the other songs on this album, so it kind of feels like how do you say, like a way to sort of wind down after a pretty long and intense album.
I agree with that. And I think we mentioned in the last episode, we were talking about this track and wondering if it would actually work as a first track, because we were kind of like not sure about the actual first track being a good first track. I think after this discussion, I think no. I think I like this as a final track pretty much for the exact thing that Frederick just said.
Yeah, same.
I think it works great as a final track, but at the same time, at the end of this track, doesn't it just like cut out like an aux, like someone pulled the aux out of the mixer?
Yeah.
If you put this on the first track, it would cut straight to freaking Obero, which would be pretty cool. And then it would end on Schadenfreude, which would be like a blast. You would just like go fucking nuts, and then it'd be over. I think it'd be a pretty cool ending, actually.
I mean, it's possible. I haven't tried it. I will try to listen to the album in that order and see how I feel about it.
I'm going to do that after this.
Well, let's try it. And our listeners, try it too. Make a playlist and switch the first and last tracks and let us know on Twitter what you think of that order.
Better yet, let us know. To make your own arrangement of all these tracks and come up with a brand new way to do it. Without Hibiki included.
Come up with a new track list. It's just, Eddie 11 times.
Yeah, exactly.
We were this close to do some fucking marketing, and you decided to fuck it all up by estranging the audience.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, leave a comment and subscribe, but fuck Hibiki.
Yeah, if any member of DIR EN GREY has learned enough English to listen to our podcast, just forget everything I said. I love Hibiki. It's great. It's a great song. Please don't be angry.
I think Retsu told them not to listen to it.
Yeah, the Visual Kei Podcast. It's banned in Japan. Probably blocked on Japanese Spotify.
Oh wow.
One thing to say though, like the final thing to say about this is indeed that the song ends extremely abruptly. I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's no fade out or anything, but it is kind of an interesting move, I suppose.
Feels incomplete. It feels like it's was kind of maybe they didn't know how to end it, or they were just like, let's do something different instead of a fade out. Let's just go. Done.
Well, maybe it's just, to prepare us for the Phalaris DLC that's coming out later.
Yeah. It's cut content.
Like 2 minutes of extra fuzz that you can tack on to the end of this song.
Nice.
Like,
See, that's the only way you can end a Visual Kei song. 1 minute fade minimum.
Yeah.
Just keep playing the same chord and have the vocals just going, and then
just harmony vocals.
Or just actually fuck it, just repeat the track for the chorus and just slowly phase out the volume. Perfect. Like we call it doing the Cassis.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, it's also
It's
doing
just-
the Kisaki.
Yeah, it's just, when your sort of like recording studio time is running out, the guy who's mixing, or no, the guy doing the recording just slowly like pulls the volume
You're done.
on the instrument.
But
like
he
Sorry.
lives just this close to the edge, but that's actually when the power is cut from the building from unpaid bills. The band is thrown out on the street.
They were just like, keep it. It's fine.
Yes, so that's how Cassis happened, if anyone wondered. I think we've gone through the whole album now, so just to sort of like sum it up now that we've had some time to think and discuss and stuff, how would you guys like rate this album in relation to the other DIR EN GREY albums? Because I think that's the only interesting metric to rate a DIR EN GREY album on, because otherwise everything is just 10 out of 10 always. So
Well, while most DIR EN GREY albums feel like they have kind of hits and filler, and they kind of vary widely in quality levels, styles, and moods and whatnot, this album kind of feels like the most like they've sort of accumulated everything they've done well and mixed it together in a pot. And unfortunately, that doesn't mean it's all the best parts of DIR EN GREY necessarily, but a lot of it is really sort of like you're hearing all their skills shine and their confidence is clear. But for the most part, a lot of the album kind of lacks identity. Unfortunately, for me, anyways, like I think the more I listen to certain tracks, the more I get into them. But as an album, I feel like there's a lot of like it kind of blends.
Mid.
Phalaris is
No,
mid.
by mid, Phalaris is mid. No, I mean, I feel like it actually kind of places for me personally, sort of in the middle of my personal ranking. This is them developing the style that they picked up after Unraveling, and I think of that respective style, it's the best that they've done. It's an elusive album though, as far as its identity, and I think that's, well, first of all because it's new, but also because it defies that easy categorization. Oh, it's their heaviest, poppiest, whatever. You cannot really say that about this. It's not their most experimental, it's not their least experimental. It's experimental in the short-term perspective of the last 10 years, I think. But then again, they're always experimenting. It's just sometimes they're experimenting with more traditional structures and such. But I am a fan of what they tried to do with this album. And I'm definitely listening to it more than I was listening to Insulated World. And I'm thinking about it a lot more too. Like its general identity and what kind of style and sound they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
I've also grown to accept that this is not the band anymore that sort of redefined the Visual Kei paradigm with each album. If you think of their first 6-7 albums, they really threw everything in there, and many bands followed immediately in their footsteps. Now DIR EN GREY lives in its own universe. Nobody's exactly following them one-to-one, but that's good. I mean, they're old now.
Geezers.
Yeah, I mean, one of them is pretty close to 50, no?
I'm looking it up right now. Kyo is 46.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
I think Karu in this case must be pretty close to 50.
Kaoru and Dai are both born in 74, unless I'm mistaken, so they would be 48.
I mean, considering that they're essentially making young people's music pretty close at the age of 50 and not repeating themselves either, too much at least. That's pretty impressive still.
I admire that. That's great.
Yeah. I think that my impression is basically very similar to you guys. I feel like it's definitely the best album they've done in 10 years, I would say. It's them sort of going full circle with this sound and sort of like finding out exactly where to integrate parts. I mean, all of the parts, or at least many of the parts on this album, are featured in older songs, but they are not utilized as well or combined in an interesting way in the same way it's on like it is on this album. So I feel like they have sort of like perfected their sound in regards to themselves on this one, and also in the sort of category of music they are doing at the moment, because it's very different from how they were 20 years ago. You can't really compare that anymore.
I'm not as familiar with their discography as you guys, so I won't really rank it, but I will say that I enjoyed this album a lot, and I'm happy to have it. I think I'll listen to it again, and I will probably skip Hibiki and maybe Otogi as well.
The episode is almost over, but we're still taking shots.
We're still taking shots at Hibiki. It's not gonna happen. What are your favorite tracks?
Yeah, let's do favorites. Do you guys have any?
My favorites are Utsutsu, Ochita Koto, and Eddie.
I think for me, The Perfume of Sins, Eddie, and
Hibiki.
No, probably those two for the most part.
The last one in.
And Alexei?
I have none.
No favorites.
Just because I'm mentally ill and I just cannot see anything sort of individually out of its context. And this is I'm very, very particular about this sort of in my mind. So I see all the tracks in relation to the others. So I don't really, I never shuffle. I have to listen to the entire thing, like from start to finish.
What are some tracks that you would remove to make the album better, Hibiki?
Well, I can sort of answer in this way, and it's definitely Hibiki. All right, next question.
No, I mean, yeah, that is fair, I suppose. I mean, if I'm going by the principle Alexei just said, like a song that I can listen to out of context and just, put on repeat and listen to, I think the only track is Eddie that I've done that for. I think I listened to that one probably 20 times more than the rest of the album. It's just a very good song to pick you up in the morning and such. Also Kami, because of the way it feels fresh, is also very nice. Honestly, I think Hibiki and Oboro are, I guess, the songs I feel the least enthusiastic about. So pretty much everything else are, up there in terms of songs.
There is actually a track that I forgot about completely, 13. I was just thinking about it. I forgot it was even on this album until just a second ago. I mean, it's not super remarkable, right? In that sense, it occupies a similar zone to Hibiki, where I feel like there is another fairly similar song on this album that does what it does just a little bit better. And
yeah, I was going to say maybe it's like the Hibiki of the first half of the album.
How many times can we say Hibiki until we wrap this up?
We're going to be like roasted hard by all of the Hibiki fans.
Before we get to the bonus tracks, because I'm sure we're going to talk about those a little bit, right?
We can mention them, I suppose. There was a second disc that was only on the deluxe edition with the 2 re-recorded tracks. It's Masochist of Decadence and Ain't Afraid to Die. And yeah, the first one sucks. The second one is all right, I guess.
Masochist, yeah. I mean, Masochist is the same kind of classic song, but not as good. It's sort of missing all the corny stuff I loved from the original.
Yeah, I want to sort of retrace my steps to what I said in the beginning of the last episode when I said that Clever Sleazoid is jarring because of the completely changed lyrics, and that's how I feel about Masochist as well. The lyrics are completely changed, and it sort of throws me off. It feels very jarring to hear a song that but the lyrics and like even sometimes the vocal rhythm doesn't match up.
Okay, Dad, you just wanted to keep the anti-abortion lyrics in, and that's why you're bitter.
Brutal.
Yeah, damn it.
No, I think the Masochist remake is trash. It goes too far from the original source material, i.e. Kuroyume's
source material.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the song. Yuri no Hanataba, was it? Oh, I don't know, but it's one of the songs in the second album that it's being completely ripped out of, but repurposed in a wonderful, wonderful way. This one is good for the lives. I think its atmosphere comes to its own during the live performance, but with this 2 Madsen Brickwall production, no thank you. And the second one, the Ain't Afraid to Die, I mean, it's a good song. The remix completely useless, sounds almost exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I said it's fine.
When they played live, this is how it will sound, but I don't know if I need like a specific re-recording of this, especially because the production compared to the old production is horrid.
Yeah, I was going to say basically the same thing as Alexei, that it feels Ain't Afraid to Die is basically just a studio version of the new live version, and I don't really see why we need that. So it's fine, but it's pointless. It's my assessment of it.
Yeah, I don't like how the re-recorded Kyo vocals. I mean, he's technically good, but he kind of lost the emotive qualities that he used to have. Like in Masochist, he's doing all this screaming and guttural screeching and stuff that he does these days, but it's kind of more for effect. And the emotion you used to get from his vocals in that song are totally missing. It feels kind of phoned in by comparison.
Without what makes VK what it is, you just kind of end up with a fairly plain song.
True. Maybe it's revealing. You know, like these songs are not really all that special without the corny staples of the scene at the time.
That's the art of Visual Kei, but then have the Gauze era DIR EN GREY try to play Ochita, for example.
Yeah.
I actually know what that would be better. Yeah, old DIR EN GREY was really good.
Wow. Who knew that old DIR EN GREY is good?
I mean, imagine a remake of Yurameki. It would just be kind of glossy and boring. It would be technically neat. It would be well played, I'm sure. But it doesn't have its appeal.
No, I think I can agree with that. So, I think that just about wraps up the discussion on the new DIR EN GREY album. Or do you guys have any final words you want to add?
I have a long-winded analogy to describe the album.
Yeah, absolutely. Read your analogy.
Okay, so...
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Exactly. Okay, so when I was a kid, sometimes my mom would bring home a tub of ice cream. It was never just one flavor. It was always some kind of blend, like cookies and cream, or vanilla and hot fudge, or Neapolitan or something. Well, sometimes I would scoop my bowl full of ice cream and stir it all together until it's one big glob and just eat it like that. Doing that softened the ice cream for easier consumption, because I had sensitive teeth. I still have sensitive teeth. But it also simplified the taste into something good, but not too offensive or intense. Instead of plopping some vanilla in my mouth with a chunk of fudge and a chunk of strawberry in it, stirring it turned it into a perfect melding of all those flavors. It satisfied me in a simple way, but sometimes, most times, I would prefer to eat the ice cream just the way it is, with all its bumps and dips and surprises. To me, Phalaris is like the blended ice cream of DIR EN GREY albums. Thank you.
That's the most beautiful inauguration speech I ever heard.
Yes.
That was beautiful. I totally thought you were kidding, but you had that prepared for us.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It is an inauguration speech. I mean, this is technically, the first 2 episodes where Aaron is an official full-time member of the cast. So
True.
that can be your inauguration speech.
Woohoo!
Well done.
So now we're going to, try to actually keep the schedule for once. So I hope all the listeners will keep their fingers crossed, hoping for another episode 2 weeks after this one. And I think that's everything for today. So all that remains is to say...
Sayonara.
He did it. He did the thing. Done.